The harrowing and emotional journey many Nigerians face when traveling from Nigeria to Libya by road, often in search of a better life. The road to Libya. Emeka had never imagined he would leave his homeland this way. Stuffed in the back of an overloaded pickup truck, dust and sand clinging to his sweat-soaked shirt, with nothing but a small backpack and a folded-up photograph of his mother. He had grown up in Benin City, dreaming of a good life, education, work, maybe even a family of his own. But dreams cost money, and money was a luxury his family didn't have. The idea of traveling to Europe had started as a whisper. Stories of Nigerians making it across the Mediterranean, finding work in Italy or Spain, sending money home. They called it the abroad hustle. Emeka knew the risks, but the thought of living and dying in poverty crushed him more than the fear of the unknown. He paid a smuggler 250,000 naira to get him to Libya. "From there, you'll find your way to Europe," the man had said, eyes gleaming with promises. "You're young, you'll make it." The journey began in Kano. From there, he joined a group of travelers, mostly young men like him, and a few women, crammed into a Toyota Hilux. The first leg was through Niger, into Agadez, the edge of the Sahara. It was rough, but nothing compared to what came next. In Agadez, they met the Tuareg drivers, desert nomads who knew the Sahara like the lines on their hands. The smugglers crammed nearly 30 people into each pickup. No roofs, no shade, just wind, heat, and endless sand. Water was scarce. Every drop was gold. Those who got sick were thrown out. The desert, the driver said, was no place for the weak. By the 5th day, Emeka had blisters on his lips from dehydration. He saw a boy, no older than 16, collapse beside him. The driver shouted, but the boy didn't move. They left him there, just another soul claimed by the Sahara. When they reached Saba, a city in southern Libya, things took a darker turn. Armed men stopped the convoy. They weren't police, they were human traffickers. They took the group to a compound surrounded by barbed wire. "You're in Libya now," one of them said. "If you want freedom, your families must pay." Emeka was locked in a room with 10 others. They were beaten daily, forced to call home and beg for money. Those who couldn't pay were sold into labor camps or worse. Emeka's mother, God bless her, managed to borrow enough from relatives and send it. After weeks of hell, they released him. But freedom in Libya was a lie. The country was torn apart by war and chaos. Black Africans like Emeka were hunted. He couldn't walk the streets without fearing arrest or worse. Still, he held on to hope, the dream of reaching Europe. One night, under cover of darkness, a smuggler led Emeka and dozens of others to the coast. They boarded a rubber dinghy meant for 15 people. There were over 50. The sea was black and angry. Emeka prayed like he had never prayed before. That night, the Coast Guard intercepted them. He was lucky. He was detained, not drowned. Some weren't so fortunate. As Emeka sat in the detention center near Tripoli, surrounded by other migrants with broken spirits and haunted eyes, he thought of home, his mother's cooking, laughter with friends under the mango tree, the peace of familiar streets. And he asked himself, was the dream worth the price? The journey had taken everything from him, his strength, his hope, and nearly his life. But the cruelest part wasn't the desert, or the traffickers, or the sea. It was the fact that he felt he had no other choice. Moral lesson. The road to Libya is not paved with opportunity. It is stained with the dreams of the desperate. Thousands like Emeka set out every year, not because they are lazy or reckless, but because poverty and broken systems leave them with little hope. Yet too often, that hope is exploited, turned into profit for smugglers and pain for migrants. The lesson is not only for those who dream of leaving, but for those of us who stay behind. We must build a country where dreams are not buried in the sand of the Sahara, but born and realized at home. Where young people do not have to choose between risking death abroad or dying in silence at home. Until then, the road to Libya will continue to claim its toll, in lives, in futures, and in the soul of a nation still searching for its way.